Hello, my name is Professor Innes, and you're enrolled in your Introduction to Philosophy course. All of this is online, and I'm just giving this brief talk, and I'll give these brief talks at the beginning of each module. This is using my telephone. I'm just holding it in my hand, and the purpose is just to give some helpful hints. I'm not going to give a lecture. The textbook you have is perfectly adequate to instruct you on the material needed to be known and how to approach the philosophical problems of the day, which we have. So with that, again, this is just a helpful hints video, just to give you some direction on how to approach the module. In this case, we're starting with the course in philosophy. It's an introduction course. You're going to be looking at philosophy from a historical perspective, but with lots of topics. By topics, I mean we've got consideration that we have philosophical problems, and these problems have attached to them inquiries. So therefore, with that inquiry, we as philosophers look at the individual considerations and see the problem. So I'll say that in philosophy, we are not going to look at the problem with the view of a solution. We're going to look at the problem to see exactly what is the problem. So if I was to look at a philosophical ethical problem, I'll say, okay, so somebody says that something is wrong, and I say to myself here, right, is it the case that what they say that's happened is in fact wrong? What proof do they have? What evidence? What do they have to substantiate the claim that this is in fact wrong? So if I was to say to myself here that putting people in prison for wrongdoing is wrong, so I'd have to say, okay, well, we have a prison system. People get put in prison. We say, okay, what is actually wrong with putting people in prison? Now, we then inquire and think, why do people put people in prison? It could be the case that people don't really know why we have a prison system. So it could be, some will say maybe it's to do with retribution. Others say it's to do with deterring others from committing crimes, because prison is something we wish to avoid. Right, so I've started that inquiry. You know, I haven't even started to arrive any pretense of there being a solution to this problem. All I've done is gone forward and thought about the different ways or different reasons people have been put in prison, or the arguments for why people should be put in prison. So that's my inquiry. So likewise, anything in philosophy, we have that inquiry, just to have an understanding of the problem. It's not in any way to arrive at the solution of the problem. It's just to understand the propositions put forward, the questions put forward. Right, so that's us as philosophers. So that's just a hint at what we do in philosophy. And again, these videos are not here for the full lecture. You've got your textbook, and with this textbook here, the philosophical limits, you've got a full understanding here put forward of how you are going to approach that particular philosophical problem. So when you start off with the what are the philosophical limits, you've got my essay there, but also you've got Bertrand Russell's essay. So with Bertrand Russell, he's going to tell you that philosophy is not going to provide you with any fully rounded truths, which is true. That's the way you're going to approach philosophy. But nonetheless, that inquiry will provide you with a lot of valuable wisdom. It will provide you with an understanding that out there in the big wide world, we've got questions to ask, we've got problems to look at, and that is a nice analytical inquiry to pursue. It provides you with a richer understanding of the world. By world, I mean the world of knowledge. the world of ethical inquiry, and so forth. And from that, you become a better person, but also, from Bertrand Russell's perspective, the world in which we live becomes a better place as well. So you've got these chapters to read in the text, and again, they're very, very useful. They're written for Boise State students. Really get to the point very quickly. Answer the questions at the end. You're asked to write 1 paragraph per question. All of this work is going to be useful for when you write your essays. So it's not the case this is homework and then you go on to another piece of work. This homework leads on to the other piece of work. So you can do the other piece of work because you've done this work. So I think with the reading and the writing, that's the most work you're going to be doing in this course, which leads towards you, like I said, writing essays, writing your discussion boards, writing your journal, so forth and so on. Right, so you'll do well with this text, and you'll enjoy the reading. Right, the Blackboard system, I'm not going to talk too much about the Blackboard system, but it's there to help you. All the information is on the Blackboard system, so I advise you to read it as much as you can and do all the preliminary assignments set for this particular week. Okay, so I'm trying to think what else I would need to explain at the moment. I think I've gone through most things, if not everything at the moment. So just remember, you as philosophers do not provide the answers. And again, you are a philosopher in this course. You're not providing these answers. You're looking at the propositions. You're looking at the questions. You're thinking about here what people are striving to know, and is it possible to know it? Again, with that ethical question I had, why do people get put in prison? Well, what's the point of prison? Again, that's a philosophical question. We want to know the truth. I don't know if we're going to arrive at the truth, but we can definitely arrive at understanding the questions. Okay, so with that in mind, I'm going to stop talking and remind you that you can contact me at any time. Send an email, send me a text, anything you need to know. If it's not clear in the Blackboard system what's happening, do let me know. Right, and I'll be providing these helpful hints videos through the whole course, so I strongly advise you to watch them. I'll keep them brief. This one's gone a bit longer than I wanted to, but it's nearly 8 minutes, but I'll keep them brief. Okay, right, enjoy the course, and I'll speak to you soon. Okay, bye-bye.